Hello, Planning Measures! And even though it's November, it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I mean, seriously, we have neighbors who already have their tree up since before Halloween. But that actually gave me an idea that maybe it's time to start thinking on how we can add Christmas to our bullet journal pages. So today, we are setting up several Christmas-themed bullet journal pages. So I am starting with a cover page or a quote page, whatever you want to call it. I like these because they are great to bring the theme together. They're also a great filler for any empty pages you might have between your already made setups. Plus, here I'm using it as a kind of a separator of my Christmas pages from all the other creative pages I have here. This is my B5 Archie and Olive notebook. So actually, it's not my everyday bullet journal. I'm using this one as my creative journal where I try out different spreads, just do doodles, and obviously I use this one for most of my YouTube videos. So it's nice to have a way to separate my holiday pages from the rest of my pages. And since we're talking about the supplies, you can see that my notebook is surrounded by a bunch of different pens I have, and that's because I really wasn't sure what kind of pens would work best for Christmas setups, but as you can see in the end, I went with my Crayolas because they just have the best red and green in the world. It's like the most Christmassy colors ever. And of course, all the supplies will be linked in the description, so just give a look there if you wonder what else I'm using. The next spread I propose for you to have in your bullet journal is a Christmas bucket list or a December bucket list. It's up to you. I love bucket lists because they help to create more festive atmosphere. They help to remind you of all the wonderful things you can do during this time. And they're just a really nice thing to look back at when you have a free weekend and you're not sure what to do with yourself. Look back at your bucket list, feel happy that it's December even though it might be cold, and just get in a good festive mood. And speaking of bucket lists, I actually have a Christmas bullet journal ideas post where there are more than 60 different page ideas and inspirations and a bunch of doodle tutorials and all the good stuff to Christmas up your bullet journal. So if you want to check that out, I will leave the link in the description. The next page I'm doing is a countdown page. The idea here is that I'm going to doodle 25 different Christmas themed doodles, and for each day that passes, I am going to color one. I love countdown pages because, first of all, it's really creating a little sense of wonder every day when you have to color it. It's kind of helping you to keep the excitement, and I don't know, just brings a little bit of joy to your day. But another thing is that I found countdowns being very, very useful for your productivity. Now, I'll give you an example. When we were living in China, I created a countdown tracker to the day that we were leaving. And every day when I had to cross out one more day, it reminded me how much time is actually left, so I could plan better and make sure I complete all the tasks I had to before leaving. So eventually we left and we actually did everything in advance. So for a few final days, we just had nice time enjoying our last days in Beijing and just remembering all the good stuff we love about it. For Christmas, it's also going to be really useful because you really don't want to run buy presents on the 24th. That's why I always include a Christmas countdown tracker in my bullet journal. I definitely will be sharing this tracker on my Instagram in December. So if you want to see how this is going to look in color, make sure to follow me and check up on me in December. Next spread is a gift tracking spread. Buying gifts for Christmas can be very frustrating and stressful. And I feel like this page really helps you to take the stress out and to start preparing in advance, because I feel like that's the way to make it less stressful is by doing things in advance. Because honestly, every time I had to buy my presents 2 days before Christmas, it was horrific. But if you add the spread, at least at the beginning of December, you'll be sure to get all your presents on time. The table is going to be divided by 4 different parts. So first is going to be who is the present for, then the second column is the present ideas, then a price, and then a column for your final choice. That way, you can actually write different present options for each person and see what's the best in the end. If you can compare the present itself and the price all together, I feel like it will help you to make a better choice. Next spread is for Christmas cards. It's not only about presents, and sometimes all you can do is send a card. And even a little card means so much. Honestly, receiving Christmas cards is some of the best experience, because in the end, what matters is that you cared enough. So definitely use this spread to make sure that you send all the cards you need to send to all the important people in your life. Of course, I could not skip a Christmas movies page. Now, when I was a kid, Christmas was the most fantastic time for movies. You turn on the TV and you can see all the best movies of the year, of all time. Christmas is when I rewatched Die Hard, James Bond, The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter movies. It was just every day was a going to movies day. So I always associate Christmas with good movies. It might not exactly be Christmas movies, even though I love my Christmas movies. So Obviously, when it was time to create a special Christmas spread, I knew that I wanted to have movie theme spread. Watching those Christmas movies really helps me to bring back these childhood memories of my family and just put me in a good mood. And this really means a lot, especially now that I live so far from my family. And we haven't spent a Christmas together for maybe 8. I think this year it's gonna be 9 years. The final spread is full of ideas for stocking stuffing. Now, it's not a very big tradition in Russia, but we had it in my family. And I remember it was like Christmas every day in December because I got to run to the living room and check if Santa left anything in my stocking. So I feel like maybe you want to bring this to your family as well, to, I don't know, your kids or your loved ones. I feel like even as an adult, you would absolutely love getting a little something in your stocking every morning. And yes, for me, that probably would be tons of stationery. So why not add this page to your bullet journal? I hope you like these ideas, and definitely make sure to check the blog post for many, many more. I'll see you in the next video. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!